Okay, so AKLM 350 mechanical measurements and metrology. Okay, so as per our agenda, now we are going to see the flow measurements. Right, so as of now, we studied about how to measure pressure, temperature, level, and many force, acceleration, right? So displacement, so torque. There are so many factors. So now we are going to see how to measure the flow measurements. So the learning outcome, the learners will be able to select suitable instrument for measuring the flow, right? So okay, these are the content we are going to see. One is a differential pressure meter, a rotor meter, turbine meter, electromagnetic flow meters. Right, so we are going to see this kind of instruments to measure the flow. So all instrument it is generally used to measure the flow only, but we have some limitations. Like for example, rotometer we have it should be some clean liquid or so all these things. So we have some limitations in every flow meter, right? So ultrasonic flow meter. Okay, these are some of the content we are going to see. Right. So okay, first of all, why we need to study flow measurements? So optimum performance of some equipments and operations requires specific flow rates. Right. So for example, we have a course called hydraulics and pneumatics. So we have a field, fluid power automation. Right. You can operate. You can do one work with the help of fluid power. So fluid power is nothing but it may be oil or it may be liquid, pneumatics or hydraulics. So one of the examples is automatic door opening. Right? So automatic door opening. Automatic door opening it is controlled by cylinders, so we can do this kind of work. So every performance of some equipment, so optimum performance of some equipment and operation requires specific flow rates. The second one is in any situation accurate measurement of fluid flow is required. For example, domestic water supply. Right, so weekly water supply nowadays we don't have ED measurement, but in Karnataka itself they have a measurement device. And every EB bill will go and water bill go. So we need to measure how much water we spend. So domestic water supply, water flowing in the canal, air flow to IC engines, etc. So water flow in the canal, for example, is made to DMC. So how many liters open flow rate. So we need to measure the flow rate. The final one is air flow to IC engine. So I hope you know IC engines, internal combustion engine. It is one of the transducer elements which converts fluid power to which converts fuel power to mechanical motion. So machines or vehicle it's run by the IC engines. So the main for example petrol engine we need to mix petrol as well as air. So the proper combination, the proper mixing is required to get optimum efficiency. So airflow and IC. So these are some of the applications or some of the need to measure the flow. Okay, so how many types of flow we have? There are 5. One is uniform and non-uniform flow, steady and unsteady flow, laminar or turbulent flow, compressible and incompressible flow, viscous and non-viscous flow. Right? There are so many types of flow available. Uniform flow means from this image you can easily see that. Right? So uniform is the flow direction is uniform. So this is non-uniform means the direction is not non-uniform. So the flow direction. Right? So this is steady and unsteady. So steady, for example, if we consider state, so before state, after state, both are equal, I can say steady state. If both are in different nature, then we can say it's an unsteady state. Right? So uniform flow, non-uniform flow, steady state and unsteady state, laminar and turbulent flow. Right? So this is specified by Reynolds number. Right? So laminar flow, turbulent flow. So this is one of the examples. So this flow is a laminar flow, this one is a turbulent flow. Most of the flows are classified with the help of direction, right? So this is defined by the Reynolds number. Okay, this is compressible and incompressible flow, right? So as we know, air is a compressible nature, oil or water is an incompressible nature. So this one is a non-viscous or viscous. So better example is water and coconut oil. So water it won't stick, but coconut oil it has a sticking property. So non-viscous as well as viscous. So these are some of the flows, right? So the next is types of flow rate, right? So we are going to measure the flow rate, but in terms of, for example, flow is measured by meter cube per second or kg per second, right? So you can measure volume flow rate or mass flow rate, right? The volume flow rate, it is the definition of volume flow rate is the volume of fluid that flows past a given cross-sectional area per second. So எவ்வளோ வால்யூம் வந்து அந்த ஏரியாவில் per செகண்டுக்கு ட்ராவல் ஆகும், right? So this is what volume flow rate. So how much area, how much water or how much fluid is transferred, right? So transfer எவ்வளோ transfer ஆகுது ஒரு particular ஏரியாவில் particular second, right? This is what volume flow rate. The second volume flow rate is nothing but the product of area and velocity. So here A is a cross-sectional area, V is a velocity. So the standard SI units are meter cube per second, right? This is what volume flow rate. The next one is a mass flow rate. Again, the unit is kg per second. So remember, flow rate, it may be meter cube per second or kg per second. So the definition of mass flow rate is the number of kilograms of mass flow that flows past given a cross-sectional area per second. So previous case, the volume transferred cross-section, so given cross-section per second, but here the mass, how much kilogram of mass flows that flows past a given cross-sectional area per second. So it is defined by density in the volume flow rate, right? So density in the volume flow rate. So again, rho is the density, V equal to capital V equal to volume flow rate, A equal to cross-sectional area, small d stands for velocity of fluid. The unit is kg per second. So flow rate will be, it may be volume flow rate or it may be mass flow rate, right? So other, again, we have other terminologies like Mach number. So Mach number, again, it is a dimensionless quantity representing the ratio of speed of object moving through a fluid with the local speed of sound. So it is nothing but the ratio of object divided by sound. So ஒரு ஆப்ஜெக்ட் ஒரு ஃப்ளூயிட் மேலே எவ்வளோ ஃபாஸ்ட்டில் மூவ் ஆகுது, எவ்வளோ ஸ்பீடில் மூவ் ஆகுது டிவைடட் பை வால்யூம் ஆஃப் சவுண்ட். த ரேஷியோ ஆஃப் திஸ் we have a Mach number, right? So Mach number. The next is Reynolds number, right? So Reynolds number you may study in fluid mechanics, right? So fluid mechanics, Reynolds number is a dimensionless quantity that gives measures of ratio of internal forces to viscous force and consequently quantifies the relative importance of these two types of forces for given flow control. So it is nothing but it is dimensionless quantity. It is the ratio of inertia force divided by viscous force. Right, so with the help of Reynolds number, we can classify the types of flow. So for example, if the Reynolds number is less than 2000, then the flow is called as a laminar flow. Alright, so if the Reynolds number is more than 4000, then we can say it's a turbulent flow. So less than 2000 is a laminar flow, more than 4000 in the sense, we can say it's a turbulent flow. The in between 2000 and 4000, we can say it's a transition flow. So flow is transition, flow in transition mode. Right, so Reynolds number, it used to find whether the flow is laminar flow or turbulent flow. If the Reynolds number is less than 2000, then we can say it's a laminar flow. If the Reynolds number is more than 4000, then we can say it's a turbulent flow. If the Reynolds number is between 2000 to 4000, then we can say it's a transition flow. Right. Right. So again, these are some of the introduction part for flow. Right. So now flow meters. Right. So the flow meter is a device which is used to measure the flow rate. Right, so flow rate measure பண்ணுறது is a flow meters. Right, so we have a variety of classification, so based on the working principles. Right, so if flow meters works based on the pressure differential, then we have a two more type called orifice and Winchell meter. So if the flow meter working principle வந்து pressure differential இருந்துச்சு அப்படின்னா we can say orifice and Winchell. So if the buoyancy, based on the buoyancy, drag and acceleration due to the gravity, we can say it's a rotameter. If the flow is based on the magnetic force, then we say electromagnetic flow meters. If the flow based on the instrument, the working principle is based on the acoustic wave, then we can say it's an ultrasonic flow meter. If the flow is based on the velocity, then we can say it's a turbine. So flow meters can be classified many ways, so based on the working principles. Right, so we are going to see one by one. Right, we are going to see one by one. So, for example, if the flow works based on the principle called pressure differential, then we say it's a orifice meter or Winchell meter. Right, so we are going to see one by one. Right, first one is a differential pressure flow meters. Right, so differential flow pressure flow meters. So differential pressure flow meters employs Bernoulli's equation that describes the relation between pressure and velocity of flow. Right, so differential flow, pressure flow meter. So this is very simple principle. We are going to measure the flow with the help of pressure differences. Right, so pressure differences vachi flow measure panna porom appadina we can say differential pressure flow meters. So this is mainly works on principle called Bernoulli's equation. Right, Bernoulli's equation. So this device guides the flow in a section with a different cross-sectional area that causes variations to the flow, velocity, and pressures. Right, so this is so this device guides the flow into a section with a different cross-sectional area. So ஒரு சின்ன எக்ஸாம்பிள் எடுத்துக்கிட்டோம் அப்படின்னா, ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் யூ ஹேவ் அ பைப், ஒரு வாட்டர் பைப் வந்து நீங்கள் ஃப்ளோ பாஸ் பண்ணுறீங்க. ஸோ இஃப் நீங்கள் கையை வச்சு அந்த ஃப்ளோ பாஸ் பண்ணீங்க அப்படின்னா ப்ரெஷர் வில் சேஞ்சஸ். ரைட், ஸோ same working. So we are going to pass the fluid in some different cross-sectional area. So this device guides the flow into a section with a different cross-sectional area. So due to the different cross-sectional area, it causes the variations in the flow velocity and the pressure. Right. So by measuring the changes in pressure, the flow velocity can be calculated. Right. So with the help of pressure changes, we are going to measure the flow. So many types of differential pressure flow meters are used in the industry. One is orifice, another one is venturi meter, etc. So we have variety of orifice and then venturi. Right. The first one is orifice meter. So as a flat plate with an opening shown in figure is inserted into the pipe and placed perpendicular to the flow stream. So this is what flat plate. Right. So we have a flat plate. It is inserted in the fluid flow. It is inserted in the fluid flow. The axis is perpendicular to the fluid flow. So it is inserted into the pipe and placed perpendicular to the flow stream. So this is sudden obstruction, right? So sudden obstruction. As the flowing fluid passes through the orifice plate, so this is nothing but an orifice plate. So as the fluid passes through the orifice plate, the restricted cross-sectional area causes an increase in the velocity and a decrease in the pressure. So now ஒரு flow ஆயிட்டு இருக்கிற இடத்துல ஒரு orifice plate நம்ம insert பண்றப்ப கண்டிப்பா அங்க என்ன ஆகும் அப்படின்னா pressure, right? So pressure வந்து decrease ஆகும், at the same time velocity increase ஆகும். So okay, how to measure the pressure difference? என்ன பண்றோம் அப்படின்னா, I have an additional two tubes, right? So ரெண்டு டியூப் என்ன பண்றேன் அப்படின்னா இந்த orifice plateக்கு to and fro ல I am placing. So this fluid level shows the pressure, right? So இங்க பாத்தீங்க அப்படின்னா here the pressure level is, water level is here, this pipe the water level is this one, right? So the difference, the pressure difference we can calculate the flow rate. So the pressure difference before and after the orifice plate is used to calculate the flow velocity, right? So orifice meter again it is works on the principle called Bernoulli's equation, and it is an orifice plate is inserted at perpendicular to the fluid flow direction, right? So due to the sudden obstruction, pressure will decreases as well as velocity will increases. Right? So orifice meter அப்படின்றது we are going to insert orifice plate during the flow of direction. So flow of fluid. So fluid flow or direction la perpendicular I am going to insert orifice plate. So with the introduction of this orifice plate, the sudden obstruction will happen. So due to the sudden obstruction, the pressure may changes. So at the pressure difference we can calculate the flow rate. Right? So next is venturi meter. So this is similar to our orifice meter. Only difference is this is a cross-sectional area பார்த்தீங்க அப்படின்னா slow down ஆகும். So not a sudden obstruction. So a section of tube forms relatively long passage with smooth entry and exit. So this is long passage with smooth entry and exit. The venturi tube shown in figure is connected to the existing pipe, first narrowing down in diameter and then opening up back to the original pipe diameter. Right. This is similar to our orifice. Only thing is there we introduce obstruction as a sudden manner. But here நம்ம என்ன பண்றோம் அப்படின்னா ஒரு ஸ்லைட்டா கொஞ்சம் இன்ட்ரடியூஸ் பண்ணிட்டே வரோம். It's a long passage and we have a tube. So venturi tube ரெண்டையும் ப்ளேஸ் பண்ணிக்கிறேன். So இந்த sudden cross sectional changes இல்லாம என்ன பண்றேன், simultaneously ஒரு linear இருக்கு. So linear transition reduction இருக்கனால எனக்கு flow rate, pressure will changes. That pressure, the H which I can easily measure the flow rate. So and venturi tube shown in the figure connected to the existing pipe, first narrowing down in the diameter, then opening up back up the original pipe diameter. The changes in cross-sectional area causes change in the velocity and pressure of the flow, which is used to calculate the flow velocity. Right. So both the cases are venturi as well as orifice. Both are working same way. The difference is the pressure difference. With the help of pressure difference, we are going to measure the flow. Right? If I introduce sudden obstruction, then we can say orifice. If I am introducing one by one obstructions like linear obstruction, then I can say it's a venturimeter. Right. The next one is a positive displacement method. Right. So this is used in many applications like domestic home supply. Right. So as I said earlier, so in Karnataka itself they have a meter for water delivery. Right. So like our EB bill. So they have a water bill. So water bill this is one of the device they connected. They connect fluid flow or direction. So working pretty simple, right? So this is entry level. The rectal shows the entry level. So the fluid enters at bottom of disc and it will rotate it. So the fluid flows within the casing and it is exit by the this blue line. The line in the port exit arrow. So right. So the rotation is connected to the counterpart. So this 5 will join again. So again, I'm going to count how much rotation I can easily count. So based on the count, based on the casing volume, I can know one count flow. Right. So here one count rotation complete the disc also rotate. So fluid enter exit in the disc complete rotation complete rotation. So in the rotation, I can count with counter. So how many rotation of window? So rotation, for example, 10 rotation to 1 meter cube volume flow. 10 rotation, 10 meter cube volume flow. So this is what type of flow measurement, right? So nutating disc meter. Why we say nutating? Rotating, nutating because it is perpendicular, parallel rotate. The disc it's a nutating disc meter. So rotation it's not parallel to the base of casing. The casing to base parallel it is a nutating disc meter. Eccentrically moved disc with verbal and nutate about vertical axis. Right. So this is what positive displacement method. Right. The next is rotometer. Again, it is variable area meter. You can say it's a variable area meter. It uses the natural principle of buoyancy, drag, and acceleration due to the gravity to the pressure of fluid. Right, so rotometer again we have a float. There are many forces applied at the float. One is buoyancy, another one is a drag, another one is gravity. So with this balancing of all the forces, the float will flow. That flow of float, we can measure the flow measurements. So advantages are it can directly measure the flow rate values. Construction is also relatively small, inexpensive. Limitations are it cannot be used when fluid is opaque because float cannot be seen from outside. Right, so opaque otherwise float increase the velocity of fluid flow leads possibility of crash tube breakages. Right, so this is one of the limitations. Right, so a typical rotometer it's showing figure. So it consists of tapered glass of tube with liquid and float. So this is what a rotometer. Right, so this is it's a glass tube. Right, it is a glass tube. The tube, the outer surface of the glass tube, we have a scale, calibrated scale. So inside glass tube, we have a float. Right, we have a float. So it is working to measure only vertical flow rates. So vertical flow or fluid we can measure. Right. So here I am giving the input here I am giving the output. So in fluid flow the float float. So the float due to the self weight and gravity act at the same time drag. So fluid the flow drag act and then buoyancy force with up and down. So this control panni and the flow base panni it will show some value. So the scale that is what flow. Flow. So it is depends on the what kind of liquid you are using, right? So for example, the density of liquid depends on the flow rate, right? So the float. For example, in your flow measure vertical in the float density greater than ரொம்ப லோவா இருந்துச்சு அப்படின்னா இது என்ன பண்ணும் இது மேலே போயிடும் இன்செட் ஆகும் ஸோ நம்ம அப்படி பண்ண போகிறது right? So the float and then in the glass tube it is based on our requirement. எவ்வளவு தூரம் எந்த லெவல் மெஷர் பண்ணுறோம் அதை பேஸ் பண்ணி I can choose. And another thing, the type of fluid also plays a major role. If any dirt particles or any foreign particles present in the fluid we cannot measure, right? So it will accommodate in the glass tube itself. So it should be clear liquid so that I can be able to view from outside. So it is a floatable variable area meter. It moves freely inside a taper tube. So we have a taper tube, it's a glass tube. The float moves freely, right? So forces acting on the float, downward gravity force due to the self weight, upward buoyant force, pressure of fluid, viscous drag force. This is a viscous drag force, right? So the position of float will indicate in the flow rate. So the position of float, the float or the position of which we can measure the flow rate. Have to be installed in vertical position only. So vertical control is horizontal we cannot use. Cannot be used with liquids containing large amount of salt particles and at high pressure conditions, right? So if the liquid has more foreign particles, then we cannot measure the fluid flow with the help of flotometer, right? So it should be clear liquid, or it should be clear air, right? So cannot be used with liquid containing large amount of salt particles. Capacity to measure the flow rate can be easily changed by changing the float or the tube, right? So for example, if I want to measure more flow rate, I think that 1000 lbm I need to choose proper rotometer. So the size of the rotometer also may differ. So capacity to measure the flow rate can be easily changed by changing the float or the tube. Right. This is what flow meters, right? So rotometers. So this is works on principle called buoyancy, drag, and then gravity force. The next one is a turbine flow meter, right? So turbine flow meter. So again, working principle is very simple. We have a tube, right? So we have a passage where we pass the fluids. So we have a turbine. Inside we have a turbine. So from this image one, you can know that fluid flow direction is parallel to the rotation of turbine. So fluid flow direction, rotation of turbine or direction, both are same, right? So I can install the turbine as a perpendicular nature. For example, fluid flow direction is perpendicular. Now in the Mario, I can insert the figure 2 shows fluid flow direction is perpendicular to the rotation of turbine, right? So we have a pickup coil. So the pickup coil is used to detect how many rotations. So one second rotation or required time rotation. This rotation is based on the fluid flow, right? This rotation is based on the fluid flow. So fluid flow based on the rotation. That rotation is counted with the help of pickup device. So pickup is one of the sensor device which used to detect, which used to count how many rotations, so per particular hour or particular specified time. So it is a propeller rotors. Number of turns the rotor per unit time is counted and used as a measure of the flow rate, right? So per unit time or per given time எவ்வளவு turns வந்து propeller rotate ஆகுது. How can we measure the rotation of it? We have a pickup coil, right? So a rotor movement is sensed by the reluctance pickup coil. Again, fluid flow rate is and the direction axis of rotation, propeller rotation, both it may be parallel or it may be perpendicular, right? So again, one of the limitations are it reduces accuracy at low flow rates. So turbine வந்து flow rate ரொம்ப கம்மியா இருந்துச்சு அப்படின்னா ஏன்னா ரொம்ப ஸ்லோவா சுத்த ஆரம்பிக்கும். அப்போ கவுண்டர்ல பாத்தீங்க அப்படின்னா எனக்கு ப்ராப்ளம்ஸ் வரும். So it will reduce the accuracy at low flow rate, measure the flow of chemicals and slurry liquids. This is one of the advantages, right? So the previous rotometer we said the clean liquid is available needed to measure flow rate, or clean air is needed to measure the flow rate. So clean இருக்கணும், then only I can and opaque இருந்துச்சு அப்படின்னா கிளாஸ் மிரர்ல ஃப்ளோட் எங்க இருக்குன்னு தெரியாது, right? So but இந்த இதுல பாத்தீங்க டர்பைன்ல பாத்தீங்க அப்படின்னா we can measure some slurry particles or some chemicals, right? So foreign materials இருந்தாலுமே we can measure the flow rate. Okay, the next is ultrasonic flow meter. Again, this is similar to our ultrasonic level measurement. So we have a receiver and we have a transmitter, right? So transmitter or ultrasonic rays பாத்தீங்க அப்படின்னா ரிசீவர்ல ரிசீவ் ஆகும். ஸோ எவ்வளோ டைம் ரிசீவ் ஆகுது, ஒரு ரொட்டேஷன் எவ்வளோ ட்ராவல் ஆகுது, அதை பேஸ் பண்ணி we can easily measure. Okay, ultrasound refers to the acoustic waves at frequency well above human being. So ultrasound refers to the acoustic wave. It is one of the acoustic wave. It can be used for time of travel measurements of mean flow velocity. So எவ்வளோ டைம் ட்ராவல் ஆகுது டிரான்ஸ்மிட்டர்லேருந்து டிரான்ஸ்மிட் ஆனதுக்கப்புறம் ரிசீவ் ஆகுது எவ்வளோ டைம் எடுத்துக்கிறது, அந்த டைம் வச்சு we can calculate the mean flow rate. So it has a lower, it relies on the Doppler effect. So one of the effect is Doppler effect to relate the frequency shift of acoustic waves to the flow velocity, right? So it usually requires some particles in the flow to reflect the signals, right? So lower frequency transducer may require dirtier fluid conditions. So fluid condition it should be dirtier. right? So dirt previous case என்ன சொன்னோம், rotometer பாத்தீங்க அப்படின்னா it should be clean oil or clean liquid. Second stage ல பாத்தீங்க அப்படின்னா it can be used for turbine meter பாத்தீங்கன்னா it can be used for dirty particles. Ultrasonic பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் dirtiness அதிகமாக accuracy கூடும், because we have a transmitting element as well as receiving element. So transmitting element transmit the ultrasonic wave and it pass on to the fluid flow. We have obstacles, so the obstacles la பட்டு திருப்பி reflect ஆகும், அந்த reflection வந்து receiving limit வரும். So எவ்வளோ travel receive ஆகுது அந்த flow base பண்ணி தான். So அதை வச்சு we can measure the flow direction. So this is the examples for ultrasonic flow meter. Advantages are no obstruction in the fluid flow. So obstruction எதுவும் இல்லை, ஏன்னா டேரக்டாக நான் ரேஸ் மட்டும் தான் பாஸ் பண்ணுறேன். Orifice or venturi or even turbine we have a obstruction, but here we are going to pass only the waves, acoustic signal da pass பண்ணுறோம். There is no pressure drop, no moving parts, maintenance cost is very low, can be used in corrosive or slurry fluid flow. Portable models available for field analysis and diagnosis. These are some of the advantages, but we have some limitations in terms of cost. So it requires higher initial setup cost. So it is one of the limitations. Okay, the final flow meter is magnetic flow meter. Right, the final flow meter is magnetic flow meter. They are also known as the electromagnetic flow meters or induction flow meters. They are also known as the electromagnetic flow meters or induction flow meters. It obtain the flow velocity by measuring the changes of induced voltage of the conductive fluid passage across a controlled magnetic field. Right, so we can measure the fluid velocity with the induced voltage. Right, so this is similar to our Hall effect. So we have a permanent magnet. So the permanent magnet will induce the magnetic flux. If any electrical conducting material pass on to the permanent magnet, it will cut the flux. So it will induce the other voltage. That voltage is calibrated with the flow measurements. Right, so based on the Faraday's law of induced voltage for a conductor moving to the magnetic field expressed by the radiations. Right, so the Faraday's law states that voltage, induced voltage E equal to SB/dV, where S equal to sensitivity coefficient of the particular meter, B stands for magnetic flux density in gauss, D stands for length of conductor in meter. Right, this is, so if you calculate sensitivity, we know the sensitivity coefficients, we know the magnetic flux value, the length of the conductor also we know. So E will induced voltage. If you calculate induced voltage, then we can calculate the velocity. So from velocity you can calculate the velocity flow rate. Area theriyum, so we can calculate the velocity flow rate. So this is a working principle, symmetric triangle. So we have two magnet poles or permanent magnets. So one acts as a north pole and another as a south pole. So it will induce EMF. In between these magnetic poles, we have a hollow tube. Right, hollow tube. So the flow is passed on to the hollow tube. Flow வந்து hollow tube pass பண்றோம். Already induced voltage இருக்கும், voltage create EMF இருக்கும். So the flow pass பண்றப்ப அந்த flow வந்து என்ன பண்ணும், voltage வந்து magnetic flux வந்து கட் பண்ணும். It is அதை வந்து என்ன பண்றோம், நம்ம ஒரு voltage induce பண்றோம். So the basic flow meter arrangement. So the flowing medium is passed through a pipe, a short section of which is subject to the transverse magnetic flux. So என்ன பண்றோம், fluid வந்து அந்த பைப் வழியா பாஸ் பண்றப்ப எனக்கு magnetic flux கட் ஆகும். அந்த magnetic flux is converted as the voltage. That voltage is converted as the flow measurements. So the fluid itself acts as a conductor. Fluid moving motion relative to the field causes voltage to be induced proportional to the fluid velocity. This EMF is directed by the electrodes placed in the conduit walls. Right, so with this help of EMF generation, I can measure the flow meters. Right, so நம்ம என்ன பார்த்துருக்கோம் அப்படின்னா, only thing is the working. Right, the first one is the pressure differential. So pressure differential in the sense, pressure differential வச்சு flow calculate பண்றோம். There are two ways. One is orifice, another one is a venturi meter. So orifice அப்படின்றது sudden obstruction. So fluid flow ஆகிறப்ப சடனா ஒரே ஒரு plate மட்டும் போகும். Venturi in the sense, it is a stepwise obstruction. So கொஞ்சம் கொஞ்சமா பண்ணலாம். So ரெண்டு பக்கமும் ரெண்டு டியூப்ஸ் இருக்கும், அந்த pressure difference வச்சு we can measure the flow with the help of Bernoulli's equation. Right, so positive displacement pump அப்படின்றது again the rotation. So நான் இந்த red color fluid enter ஆகும், blue color fluid exit ஆகும். So ஒரு complete rotation வச்சு அப்படின்னா fluid வந்து இங்கே enter ஆகுது, it will exit. So exit ஆகிறதுக்கு ஒரு complete rotation of disk தேவை. Why we say rotating in the sense, இந்த டிஸ்க் பார்த்தீங்க அப்படின்னா இந்த ஆக்சிஸ்க்கு பேரலாக ரொட்டேட் ஆகல, அந்த பேஸ் ஆஃப் தி கேசிங்க்கு பேரலாக ஒர்க் பண்ணல, இட்ஸ் சம் இன்க்ளினேஷனில் ஒர்க் ஆகுது. இதான் ரொட்டேட்டிங் டிஸ்க் மீட்டர் அப்படின்னு சொல்கிறோம். ஸோ அந்த கவுண்டரை மெஷர் பண்ணிட்டோம் அப்படின்னா எனக்கு ஒரு பேஸ்டான ஒரு கன்ஸ்ட்ரக்ஷன் அந்த கேசிங்கை பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் ஒரு ரொட்டேஷனுக்கு எவ்வளோ வால்யூம் எனக்கு தெரியும். ஸோ நம்பர் ஆஃப் டைம்ஸ் ரொட்டேஷன் எனக்கு தெரிஞ்சு அப்படின்னா ஐ கேன் மெஷர் தி நம்பர் ஆஃப் fluid flow. Right, so rotometer again it's a variable area meter. So we have a float. So this is our float. It's a tapered glass tube. The surface of the glass tube we have a scale. So the fluid இது வந்து vertical direction மட்டும் யூஸ் பண்ண முடியும். The fluid should not be opaque as well as there is no foreign particles present in the fluid, right? So fluid flow என்ன ஆகும்னா கீழே inlet to outlet மேலே ஃப்ளோ ஆகும். இந்த ஃப்ளோட் அப்படியே மேலே புஷ் பண்ணும் டியூ டு த பயாண்ட் ஃபோர்ஸ் அஸ் வெல் அஸ் ட்ராக் ஃபோர்ஸ். டியூ டு த செல்ஃப் வெயிட் இட் வில் மூவ் டவுன். ஸோ இதில் வந்து டேரெக்டாக வி கேன் மெஷர் தி ஃப்ளோ ரோட்டோமீட்டர்ஸ். ரைட், நெக்ஸ்ட் இஸ் அ டர்பைன் மீட்டர். அகெயின் நான் ஃப்ளூயிட் ஃப்ளோ பண்ணுறேன், அந்த ப்ரொப்பல்லர் ரொட்டேட் ஆகும். ஸோ ப்ரொப்பல்லர் ரொட்டேஷன் எவ்வளோ டயத்துக்கு கவுண்ட் பண்ணுறேன் அதை பேஸ் பண்ணி ஐ கேன் மெஷர் தி ஃப்ளோ மீட்டர்ஸ், டர்பைன் ஃப்ளோ மீட்டர்ஸ். ரைட், ஸோ டர்பைனை பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் ஸ்கரி பார்ட்டிகல்ஸை மெஷர் பண்ணலாம். ரோட்டோமீட்டரை பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் இட் ஷுட் பி க்ளீன் ஏர். அல்ட்ராசோனிக் பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் நம்மளுக்கு வி நீட் மோர் டர்ட்டி ப்ராடக்ட். ஸோ வி ஹேவ் டூ திங், டிரான்ஸ்மிட்டிங் அஸ் வெல் அஸ் ரிசீவிங். ஸோ emits the ultrasonic waves, acoustic waves. It pass on to the fluid and it reflected by the dirt particles. So அந்த reflection வச்சுட்டு I can measure the time வச்சுட்டு எவ்வளோ தூரம் ஸ்பீடாக மூவ் ஆகுது அப்படின்றத we can measure. Final one is a magnetic flow meter. Again we have a permanent magnet. So permanent magnet. So in between permanent magnet we have a tube, or hollow tube. Already permanent mode opposite direction தான் EMF generate. So என்ன பண்றேன், நான் fluid அந்த பைப் வழியா fluid பாஸ் பண்றேன். So it will cut the magnetic flux. The voltage is induced. That voltage is calculated as the volume flow rate. Right. So these are the some of the flow meters.